there. Welcome to our reading for April 2018. Now, this is a general reading, so see how it feels for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, and praying about. We are all spiritual. We're all psychic. We are all children of God. We're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. This could clarify the past. It could shed light into the future or be right in sync with the now. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. If you want a more in-depth look at your month, check out your sun, moon, and rising sign videos. And if you get a chance, try to check out the musical playlist that I put below. See if there's something personal for you in the lyrics, in the videos, in the songs, or just enjoy the tunes. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I hope you enjoy the reading. I'll see you in a moment. Pisces, welcome to our reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's begin. Let's get clarity on energies coming through in April 2018. We're going to start today's reading with the Archangel Oracle. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. We're going to start with one card, get some general advice, wisdom, and clarity for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Some insight into April 2018. Gentleness is coming through for Pisces. So be easy on yourself, be easy on others. Try to be understanding, understanding in a certain situation or relationship. Where is there harsh energy in your world, or draining energy, or overwhelming energy? It's taking a step away from that energy and replenishing your plate, recharging your batteries, going where it's softer, easier. Gentleness is Archangel Sandalphon. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Maybe you feel extra sensitive towards a certain relationship, person, or situation, maybe an argument that happened in the past. Maybe there's a different approach. Maybe it's just stepping away, going to where it feels good. Hanging around the people that make you feel good. You know, where there's love in your world. Focus on that. Have love for yourself. I want to say take care of yourself too. Maybe rebalancing your scales. Where there's too much weight, take some weight off. Whether that's in a relationship or home life, work life, with your children. You know, where is there too much weight being placed or it feels too heavy, and how can you change things around so it feels lighter, so something feels more free? It makes me think of freeing up your schedule. So maybe you need to change your schedule around, maybe get more sleep, maybe wake up early and do some yoga, some stretching. I like the instrument here. Maybe music is important. Maybe, you know, like classical music or gentle music. If there was like I know when I'm around really harsh music a lot, it makes my energy itchy and off. And sometimes it's just changing the tune, changing that sound. Music is healing. You know, it's vibration. It's very, very, I want to say it can be rejuvenating or it can be draining. So pay attention to music. Maybe just change the dial. If the radio is playing something weird, change it up. I just thought of Breathe by Telepop Music. I'll put that below. Archangel Sandalphon, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. So If you walk into a room and the energy feels wacky, just walk away. You know, come back when your energy is changed or that energy is changed and try a different approach. I'm getting trying a different approach. Maybe in a certain situation, maybe it didn't get the result or the response you wanted, and there's just a different way through. I see somebody going on a walk, so maybe just taking a walk. I don't know why I see somebody, this is weird, like parking farther away from the supermarket or getting a parking space a little farther away so you can walk. Maybe you need some meditation time, you know, instead of rushing into something. Maybe you're rushing into something too much and you feel overwhelmed. So I want to say recharging your batteries or your bodies. So that could be emotional body, spiritual body, physical body, or mental body. See where there is an imbalance and how you can rebalance those scales. Let's get clarity on gentleness. Coming from, I feel like maybe somebody didn't understand where you were coming from with a certain approach. Maybe you always did something a certain way, but a different person responded differently than you're used to. I'm getting like a listening energy. Maybe somebody's ready to hear you out or hear where you were coming from, or it's important for you to understand where somebody else was coming from. Maybe their approach was weird, but their intention was good. Something like that. All right, let's get more clarity for Pisces. We're going to move along to a tarot card. Get clarity on gentleness. Archangel Sandalphon, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. And we have the King of Wands coming through. So maybe a fire sign has helpful information. Maybe he's very confident. Maybe he helps you gain confidence in a situation. This could be you. It's usually a fiery, passionate, adventurous, creative energy. Here it's masculine, but it doesn't have to be. She kind of wears the pants if it's a woman. The King of Wands is usually really creative. I want to say like an inventor, comes up with good ideas, loves to go on adventures, whether that be in his mind, expansion in his mind, or actual adventures. There's a lion here, so it could be a Leo, but it could also be an Aries or a Sagittarius-like energy. He looks like he's thinking about something, so maybe there's a resolution to something coming through, maybe a good idea coming through him. I want to see maybe a partnership with him. He could be a boss energy, a friend, a brother, a husband. I want to say it could be your child, but he's very mature if this is your kid. Like super mature, super experienced. He's like he's like experienced with different, I want to say different cultures. Maybe he speaks a different language. That was sort of weird coming through. I hear name. Maybe there's something in a name. When I see this, it makes me think of like a surname. For some reason. So maybe there's a certain surname, somebody's last name that's important. Maybe look up at that last name and see what it means. Look at the energy in a name. I know that's really random. I hope that's helpful, Pisces. Maybe you're giving something a name or a title, and it's important to look up the energy in that name. All right, let's get clarity on the King of Wands and gentleness. He can be pretty harsh. He's very confident in his way working. So let's see. Let's get another card for Pisces. We're going to move along to the Animal Tarot. Let's clarify this King of Wands coming through in April, or being very helpful. I feel like he's thinking like he has a really good idea. He's on board with you with something. Maybe a good partnership coming through. I feel like he's giving you confidence, or you're equal in confidence and strength with him, and you will work well together. Maybe you just had to resolve something, or see something the same way, or see each other's perspectives on something to know that you have the same goal you want to reach. Maybe you just have a different approach of getting there. Maybe, you know, the two different directions actually make something beautiful together. They actually make a third way that's better than on your own. Let's get clarity on the King of Wands and gentleness. He's very creative too. So maybe he has a creative idea for you. I want to say even something you can do on the side, like a home business, or a creative energy that you do that can put abundance in your world. When I see the King of Wands, I see him as the king that goes on a lot of vacations. So maybe you're going on a vacation, or making plans for a vacation, or he's been somewhere in the world and has the ins and outs on the locals, you know, what to do when you're there, help you make some plans. It could be something like that. All right. I keep hearing like bilingual. Maybe that's important to some of you. All right, let's get clarity on the King of Wands and gentleness. Here we go. So partnership coming through. Awesome. Maybe he's on board with you, or you're getting on board with him. You're starting to see eye to eye. The Two of Spring is like the Two of Rods. So it's past the Ace of Rods or the Ace of Fire. It's past that brilliant idea, and it's actually putting energy into something. It's actually starting to make it happen, getting that ball rolling, being creative. But I feel like when the Two of Spring comes through, it's equal. It's equal partnership. It's easier to work together than apart. Perhaps it's apart and each of you has a talent or a knack for something, but together it creates, I'm getting like a business or something creative, something like that, something fun. It's exciting energy with the spring. It's rods, it's fire, it's passion, it's creativity. So you're creating something here that's working. You're on the right road, Pisces. Here it's the pelican. I feel like a pelican can fly really, really far. It's like a big, majestic bird. So pelican is also, or Two of Rods is perhaps doing something on your own, but you meet somebody that you feel like you can work with. Like you thought you could do it on your own, but hey, you could actually work with this person. They actually get you. So maybe the King of Wands is a good partnership coming through, or maybe he's the introduction. He'll introduce you to someone else that you can work with, get on board with, work well together. This could be good clients too. Maybe you run the business, but you have really good clients or like good students coming in for you. Pelican here is your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause has brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist in your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. So it could be more than one partner coming through. Help is on its way. You could also be the one helping somebody else out, getting on board with someone else's goal or ambition or job or project, something like that. But I feel like together you create a more creative energy, a more abundant energy together than apart. So be open to brainstorming, be open to communication. Even differences of opinions can be good, you know. It makes things interesting. It makes you come up with a different resolution for something. So your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. You're on the right road. You got the ball rolling. You're doing something good. And now more energy wants to work with you. But you have to start. You have to put more energy into it, more effort into something to make it happen. Following the clues one by one. Perhaps you don't do it all at once, but you just do one thing at a time. You know, I'm getting clients, like one client at a time. I want to say an individual thing. So I just thought of like parent-teacher conferences for some reason. That was weird. So you have your students in a class, but then maybe you, I don't know, have a conference with that student or with that family or something on a more individual scale, and that brings bigger results in the whole. You can focus on everyone's individual talents. I know that's not for everybody. So let's get another card. Clarity on the Pelican, Two of Spring, the King of Wands, and Gentleness for Pisces. The last card is going to be from the Oracle of Visions. Let's get clarity on the King of Wands and the Two of Spring. So it could be a new partnership coming through, or partnerships coming through, new people coming into your world, new connections, meeting somebody at the right place at the right time, or it could be working better with the connections and relationships you already have, like a new understanding in old connections. I would say it's not the old way of doing things, though. It's a different approach. It's a different way to communicate. It's a different door you go through that gets you there. All right, let's get one more card for Pisces. And this is when you feel all tied up. So in this card, you feel restricted, you feel bound, you have these big, beautiful wings, but you're not flying. So how can you release that tension, release that struggling kind of energy and feel more free? It could be a good idea. It could be just changing your focus, you know, seeing what you can do in your particular situation right now. What can you do? What tools are around you that you can use? Who is there that's helpful for you? You know, who is making you feel bound up and more tied down? So here there's a sword. All she has to do is reach down, take the sword, and cut herself free, you know, to look a different way. I want to say there's a platform here in the background, like a pillar. So maybe you need to speak up, say something. I love these wings. So new communication coming through, getting out of those restrictions, maybe changing something around in your schedule, rebalancing your scales so you don't feel so tied down to something. Maybe somebody's depleting your energy and there's somewhere else you can place your energy, recharge your batteries. Maybe you can give somewhere else where it enlightens you. You know, it makes you feel more alive. It restores your energy. Let's see what this card is, number 36. Entrapment, limitations, restrictions, and complications. So we have more ability than willpower, and it is often an excuse to ourselves that we imagine that things are impossible. Francois de la Rothschild. We are entangled by obstacles, real or imagined, that restrict our wishes and actions. Whether by ignorance, self-doubt, or paralyzing fear, we allow them to control, limit, or imprison us. If we just summon the strength of will and confront them, we might face them down and ultimately overcome them. In doing so, we are free to fly once more. So maybe this king has some good advice for how you can get out of something, how you can do something a different way so it doesn't feel so draining. But it's up to you ultimately to make those moves, to make it happen, to get yourself free somewhere. This is an angel without flight, her wings entangled by troubles, obstacles, and fear. In her suicidal pose, red ribbons entwine her wrists like streaks of blood. I just thought of that song, I'll Be, by Edwin or something. I'll put it below. But her entrapment is a consequence of her own fear, blinded by anxiety. And I just thought of another song, Making Me Nervous by Brad Sucks. I like that song. I'll put that below. She is unaware that the nearby sword could be used to cut her ties and set her free to fly once more. So, Pisces, it's time to fly again, to free yourself from something that's weighing you down, restricting you. It's up to you. It could just be, you know, one ribbon at a time starts to free yourself up. One conversation at a time. One situation at a time. One area in your world that brings bigger freedom. Maybe a little bit at a time goes a long way. So I hope this reading was helpful for you guys. I hope you have a beautiful month. I love you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.